What's up guys, we are back for the latest toy haul video, and I don't really know when the last one was. It's been a little while. So there's a whole bunch of stuff that's kind of amassed all over my house, much to my wife's dismay, mostly in the kitchen. Now I've kind of picked it all up, shoved it down here in the basement, and we're going to talk about it. So I've got a bunch of stuff, honestly. Some of it's going to be reviewed, some of it's not. Some of it's not really current or timely, but I've gotten it recently. So let's take a look, see what we got. Some of it was sent in specifically for a review. So we're going to talk about that first because I'm pretty excited about this stuff just because of what it is. And it's exciting to be able to have this opportunity. So we're going to talk about it first. So Bluefin, the distributor for Bandai Tamashii Nations, various import brands, things like that. They sent me a box of stuff to review, and they've done this before, but this is the most recent batch, and honestly, this is kind of the stuff that I've really been looking forward to, just because I like this stuff. So they sent in a box of Figuarts and one other thing. So they sent me a box with the Ultra Instinct Goku. He's going to be the next review, so he's going to be the day after, hopefully the day after this video goes up, you'll see a review for this guy. And I'm very excited for this one because, I mean, frankly, it looks like a solid figure. It comes with a Kamehameha effect piece, and I've been needing a new one of those for a while. We've got another Dragon Ball, Jackie Chun, or Jucky Chun as it's listed on the package. And I really like the Dragon Ball subline. They've all been really solid figures. I mean, Kid Goku is still a high point for me. Master Roshi is really good. I'm not saying that this is Master Roshi, but it might be. And I think he looks really solid as well. So he's going to be going up very soon. A couple oddball ones, at least as far as what I'm used to, but I'm very curious about them. So my first like anime or Star Wars Figuarts that I can think of, well, I have a bunch of Super Sentai Figuarts, so I guess that doesn't really make sense. But my first like American property really that is distributed here. So this is the Birds of Prey Harley Quinn Figuarts, and I've never messed with any of the Marvel or the DC stuff, so this is kind of new territory for me, but she looks really good. Likeness looks pretty spot on as well. So that one, I think this is going to go up after Goku. And then this one is from another subline that I never got into, and I really regret never getting any of these. So the music subline, they've got the Michael Jackson ones, but the ones I really missed are the Daft Punk figures. I really want those, but I just can't pay those prices now. But I'm a huge Queen fan, so this one really kind of does it for me because it's Freddie Mercury, and it's in the Live Aid outfit, which is kind of how I picture him when I think of Freddie Mercury. So this one looks pretty cool, and the likeness on this looks pretty spot on. So we've got 4 Figuarts that are going to be coming back to back. And then they sent me a model kit. So this is a Gunpla Gundam model kit for the Tallgeese 3. This is a real grade kit. Gundam Wing Endless Waltz Tallgeese 3. And I'm a huge Gundam fan. I talk about it kind of sparingly on the channel just because of what stuff it is. I normally just do Robot Spirits, but I sort of dipped my toe back into model kits here recently, and they sent me this big guy, so I have to build it first, and then we'll talk about it from, you know, a toy perspective, but also how it is as far as for me to build it. So I'm really looking forward because it's going to be something different. It's going to be a different kind of review. I'm not going to build it on camera because I can't do that. I don't have time to do that. Plus, I've been building them with my daughter, which has been about as frustrating as it sounds, but it's worked out well so far. So we'll probably do the same thing here. And I love Gundam stuff, man. I truly do. It's one of my favorite properties. I'm really looking forward to this. And I've actually gotten a few other kits on my own recently. So I've already built these, but just to give you an idea of what I've been getting into. Gundam Wing. This is the 144 scale high grade kit. So Target is actually carrying this stuff now, so that's kind of dangerous because I can just go across the street from my house and get Gundam models, some of them anyway. And then they also carry a master grade. So I got the Barbatos from Iron Blooded Orphans. This thing was a lot of fun to build. Really, first master grade that I've built in 15 years maybe. I don't really know. Maybe not that long ago, but it's been a really long time. So this one was really cool. I was going to do reviews on these, but I hadn't really pinned down how I was going to do it yet. And then I didn't do it. So there are some Figuarts and model kits in the future. Let's see. There's a bunch of other stuff from various places. So let's do Star Wars because there's always something. Always Star Wars. So I got 2 more of these guys. 2 more of the Hoth soldiers from the 40th anniversary. One of them has a bent card back, so he's going to be opened. And then I finally got one. This one came from Pulse, I think, that is pretty pristine. So I have one that I can keep carded, and now I have all the carded ones that I need for a full set at this point. I got some other Black Series, and I've had some of these for a little while. I just never got around to doing anything with them. Two of the heavy battle droids from the Gamestop line, they're just droids, so I didn't feel like I needed to review it because I reviewed the regular one, and they just have accessories we've already seen before, right? Yes. So they look fine. I just never did anything with them. And then I got another one of the Shadow Troopers from the Gaming Grace line because this thing is one of my favorite Black Series in recent history because it's translucent plastic and it's a Stormtrooper and it's black. So, I mean, it just looks cool. And then I got some vintage collection stuff. So I actually saw all these in store and then I left them behind, and then I forgot that I actually did have them on pre-order, so I got them anyway. So these are the repaint wave of vintage collections. So General Lando, Bespin Luke with photo reel, you know, all that good stuff, although these still only look somewhat passable, really. 3PO and Bespin Han. There's nothing too crazy here. These are okay at best, I suppose. I'm not sure if I'm even going to open those because, again, I kind of forgot they were coming. And then I got this big guy to go with all of the one remnant Stormtrooper that I have. So the Imperial Troop Transport, they were on sale at Gamestop's website. So I got two for the price of just more than one and split the cost with a buddy. So he got one, he got his second one, I think, and I got my first one. And it seems pretty cool. I just haven't opened it because I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but I couldn't pass it up for the price. If anything, it just means I need 8 or 9 or 10 Stormtroopers, because who doesn't need more troopers? And then, speaking of GameStop, that's a good segue. Let's do that. So, speaking of GameStop, they had, if I can find them, they had that kind of clearance thing going on where you could buy a bunch of stuff online and then you could go pick it up, you know, on account of the virus and the quarantine and everything. So I did like everybody else did. I bought stuff that I could, packed myself in the car and went and picked it up without going into the store, which was pretty nice, honestly. So I got 2 more Goldars from the Lightning Collection, and frankly, I don't know why I bought these. I told myself initially that I was going to paint one of these to look super metallic gold like I've seen other people do, other people with talent, and I don't have talent, so I don't know why I decided I was going to do that. Not only that, I don't know why I bought 2 either. These were only like $4, so I figured let's just do it. Why not? So I got 2 more on top of the one that I already have. It's a cool figure, so that's something. And then I got this big guy, the Marcus Phoenix from Gears of War 5 Storm Collectibles figure. It was not $60. This thing was like $15. And I have never really cared about Gears of War. I played the first one mostly, and then I've never played any of the other ones. And I've never even messed with Storm Collectibles before. I've never touched one until this figure. And I think he looks pretty cool. I mean, he moves around really well. I like the feel of him. They have that kind of like rubbery feel to him almost, so it's kind of different. But for $15, I couldn't pass it up. And this is also not the one it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a GameStop exclusive figure, which has like a different paint scheme, maybe some different accessories. But this is the regular version, which was not supposed to be on sale. They just had the wrong tag, and I didn't know until I got home. I also probably wouldn't have said anything anyways. But yeah, so I got a different figure that I thought I was getting, but it's pretty cool. I just don't know. I don't know where he's going to fit in because he doesn't really mesh with a lot of normal 6-inch stuff. And obviously I don't have anything else in that line. And then the last thing that I got from GameStop, I didn't really get a whole lot. I spent $30, something like that. I got this big thing. So I got the Overwatch, rest in peace again, the Ultimates Carbon Pack. And I actually already have this. It was one of the few things from the line I didn't review because I had already reviewed everything but Diva, and she wasn't really worth reviewing. So this is the black skins. You've got Genji, Zarya, Farah, and Diva. And I didn't pay retail for the first set, but I certainly didn't pay the $3 that I paid for this. So this thing was $3. If that's not an indication that this line is like so far in the ground, I don't know what is. Maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I'd love for it to come back when Overwatch 2 comes back. But yeah, so we got this big thing. Don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. My daughter has taken Diva out of my first pack, so I mean, at the very end of the day, I suppose I have a replacement now. So that's something. And then, yeah, we'll save those for last. So we've got some other stuff. More current stuff that's actually definitely going to get a review. So I've gotten another G.I. Joe figure because I kind of went on the back burner with these just when I went really hard to get them early, and then I sort of stopped. So I got my Destro in. I'm very much looking forward to this guy. I think tonight we got the reveal of the next one, the Pimp Daddy Destro that's coming out. So that started popping up all over social media, which by the time this goes up, it'll be when Hasbro has likely already revealed it in their live stream. But this guy looks fantastic. I mean, outside of Snake Eyes, this is probably the one to get, right? he looks really cool. He looks very classic too. And then I got this guy. So Iron Man 2020, or as he's called on the receipt at Walgreens, Gears. That's literally all it said, was just Gears, which I thought was hilarious. So Iron Man 2020, I don't know if I'm going to do a review on this guy. It's already been done enough by everybody else. It's the 80th anniversary Iron Man with a few new doodads, but he's got some really cool effect pieces. I've had him for a few weeks and haven't even opened him, so you can see I'm not all that in a hurry to do it. These, however, at least 2 of them will be getting reviews. So I've got the rest of the new Lightning Collection wave. So I've got the Gold Zeo, and this is a similar but not exactly the same figure that we got in the SDCC set. And I'm not talking just about the head sculpt, because there's something a little bit different. But you've got the Tray of Triforia head sculpt here, not Jason. So it is a little bit different. It might be the one you don't have to get if you've already got the SDCC pack. I got Billy, Blue Ranger. This is definitely the most wanted figure in the wave for the majority of folks, myself included. He was always my favorite when I was a kid, at least until the great green-white debate started. But we've got this guy, and if you hear some cracking in the background, that is my cat that's deciding to now eat. And then we've got the Ranger Slayer, which I don't know a lot about this particular arc in the comic books. I stopped reading it before then, but she does look really cool. I mean, this is definitely a very wild design. A lot of Pink Ranger there, but of course it's not exactly the same. Helmet's different. Armor is obviously different, and she's got a different bow, but there's a lot of Pink Ranger just look and feel there. So I'm very, very excited about that one. I know she seems to be a favorite so far. And then, is that it? That is it, except for, well, I mean, it's not but it's it except for a few things. So they're kind of all over the place. So this line has been kind of a pain for me since the pre-orders went up at Toy Fair. So the Hasbro Kenner Tribute Real Ghostbuster figures, so the retro carded figures. So I made my pre-order the instant these went live, and they didn't go live when they said they were going to go live. They went live, what, a few days later, I remember. And I went, I mean, it's as soon as they were up, I put them in. I got 2 of each figure, because keep them carded, right? Keep them carded and then open them, and then they never appeared. A buddy of mine found Slimer and the Stay Puft in a store, so he got me a set of those. My daughter quickly took those, so those are already open. I had those, but then I got my order, and these 2 came together in their own box. 4 figures in one box. Everything was fine. They look great. These are the initial cardback variants. There are now 3 confirmed cardback variants for this line, which is really annoying. So they say they have the Who You Gonna Call tagline up here, which the later figures do not have. And then you've got this, just, I mean, it's all very vintage. It looks exactly like the original. So you've got the cross sell on the back. But then my order for the actual Ghostbusters never came. They came and went. And then they went up again for not even for pre-order, for just straight order. And people got theirs while my pre-order just sort of sat still. And it turns out it was likely because of more cardback variants. So there's a cardback out there that doesn't have the tagline on it, and they have those awful Hasbro, those little warning packets they included with every figure now. So those figures have the warning packets, but they don't have the tagline. I didn't get those. I got these, and I started getting all of my Ghostbusters in like single boxes, like Hasbro Pulse does, except this is from Walmart. So I got mine, and these are multi-language cards now. So they don't have the tagline, and they say, I ain't afraid of no ghost, but in like every different language. And then they have the accessory listed in every different language down here. So I got, these came in today. I got 2 Winstons. They're both pretty solid. They look really, really good. So I can open one of those, and I might do a review of these. I don't really know. I never actually had these as a kid, because Real Ghostbusters came out when I was like 2 or 3 years old. So I had some of the later stuff. I had some of the ghosts and some of like the vampire and the Frankenstein and stuff like that. But I never had these. So they're not like nostalgic for me. It's more of a I can finally get them kind of thing. Then I've got Venkman, and we've got Ray. And these are the same. They have the I Ain't Afraid of No Ghost in all the different languages. But these all look really good. But they kept coming in different boxes. So like two to a box, 1 to a box, stuff like that. And then here are the other 2. So I've got another Ray and another Venkman here. So these all look good. So I can open those, and I can safely keep one in the package, you know, assuming I don't break it myself. But then I got one single box, yesterday, and it had my first Egon, and my second one is still in limbo, and it could, you know, turn this whole thing upside down. And he is not doing good. So it came in a box that he could have been easily put in sideways, and it would have been fine. But instead, they crammed it in this way to make it fit, and it just sort of stuck in there. So it was crammed in like this when I got it, which seems to be a theme with a lot of folks with like the retro Star Wars figures and these, and I don't know, anything else Walmart touches, because they're the worst. You know, granted, I can understand people don't like their jobs right now, but at the same time, I didn't pay for this. But otherwise, you know, he does look really good. I'm excited about these. I'm excited to be able to open them and keep these carded and just, you know, have this very retro looking set on my hand. So hopefully the Egon that I am still waiting on does not come equally battered, because if that happens, then I don't have one to keep sealed. So we will see, we will see. So I will probably do a video on those. I might as well anyway, right? So we've got, what, 4 Figuarts coming. We've got a model kit. We've got at least 2 Power Rangers. We've got the G.I. Joe Destro, and then the Ghostbusters maybe. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming, so I've got more stuff on the way. There was a few other things I was hoping would come by the time this video hit, but I got to do it now so I can actually start working on this stuff. It's one of those weird things where I've got to do it right when I can, otherwise I don't have enough stuff, or I need to start reviewing things, or stuff isn't timely anymore. People don't want to see reviews for old stuff most of the time. So yeah, that is it, I think, except for anything that is strewn about the house that I may or may not have forgotten. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. I'm really curious about anybody else's experience with these. I mean, I talk to folks on social media about them, so I know that it's an ongoing problem. I did get the Casey and Raph NECA set on Walmart, so that review is going to be coming up as soon as I get those. Those will be the very thing. I will drop everything to review that as soon as that comes up. But we have a bunch of reviews coming, a whole bunch of stuff. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about doing model kit reviews. I'm curious, do you care about that kind of stuff? Because if a lot of people don't want to see it, then I'm not, well, I'll probably still waste my time doing it. But yeah, that's it. Let me know, and I'll catch you next time, guys. But wait, there actually is more, and I knew I forgot something. So instead of re-recording the whole thing, we're just going to have a quick little segue into the last thing that I forgot, and I can't believe I forgot about this because, frankly, it's the biggest thing to talk about, and it's something really different for me. So I got my first kind of Dio piece. So this is from KarkvarKustoms on Instagram, and I'll put a link down to his profile below if you want to check out his stuff. This isn't a custom piece. Well, it's custom, but I didn't order it or anything. I didn't ask for this particular thing. He had a bunch that he put up for sale, and this is the one that I chose. So it's like a big rocky facade with a bunch of grass all over it. Very Dragon Ball Z type of thing, and that's what I plan on using this for. You likely, if you watch a lot of my stuff, you might have seen this recently. I used it in the Time Force Red Ranger review for the Lightning Collection because it seems to work really well for Power Rangers stuff. And then, of course, the big thing is that it's going to be for Dragon Ball Z. I'm going to put it, I'm going to use it for a Dragon Ball display if I ever get around to not using it in videos, because I'm not going to take the display down to use it in videos. So we will see. But I think this thing is really awesome. I mean, it's basically the size of an IKEA detail shelf for size comparison's sake. So there's, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7-ish areas, depending on the size of your figure, if you want to load this thing up. It's got some shrubbery on there, and then it's got like textured grass for the green parts, and then you've got all these rocky areas that are done up, nice dry brushing on it, and it's just really cool. I mean, it's not up in foam, so it doesn't really weigh a whole lot, but it's really awesome. I've never gotten anything like this before. I've been toying with the idea of getting a diorama to use for a backdrop in my review and kind of ditch the orange, at least partially from time to time, because it's getting kind of boring for me, but I don't know what to do about it yet. So this was my first step into getting something a little bit different, doing something more than just having figures on a shelf or on a platform when doing a display or when taking pictures or for thumbnails and the reviews. So shout out to KarkvarKustoms for this thing, because I mean, it's awesome. Price was fantastic too. Really, honestly, probably could have been a little more expensive, dude. Honestly. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. So that's it. That's going to be the last thing finally. I can't believe I forgot about this because, I mean, it's really awesome. Very cool piece to add to the collection and the display. So now, that's it. I'll catch you next time.